and welcome to the Stuck on Self-Love podcast. My name is Tazeen Shaikh, and I'm a writer, self-love, and mental health advocate, and STUK Design's blog manager. Along with 5 other young women from around the world, I run a successful nonprofit for girls and a clothing brand. At STUK Designs, we believe in self-love first, because self-love is the dawn that marks the beginning of all the different kinds of loves, and because it undoubtedly sustains success. This podcast shines light on strong and talented women who persevere and excel in life while bathing in abundant self-love. So if you're ready to keep it real, level up in all your inner work, creative business, and community impact, then you've come to the right place, because we provide you with content that helps your soul glow, your mind grow, and keeps you lit. Thank you for pressing play. Let's dive in. Hey beautiful people, we at STUK Designs have begun our crowdfunding campaign with iPhone Women supported by Caress. We are raising money for expanding our programs, manufacturing art kits, setting up our studio that will be a space to empower women and girls through art and self-love, and a lot of other work that we have planned. We would love your help in our mission to provide girls in underserved communities art education and help them recognize and utilize the power of self-love. Visit our website www.stukdesigns.org for a link to our campaign. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Stuck on Self-Love podcast. I know it's been a while since we last met. I hope all of you have been doing absolutely amazing. This is just one of those episodes where I'll be sitting here and talking to you guys about things that have possibly happened to each and every one of us. I was inspired by discussions within the STUK team and just by everything that has been happening around me in general and in the world. Let's talk about toxic relationships and maneuvering through the manipulations and how all of that really affects our minds and our lives. And by relationships, I mean all kinds: family, friends, partners, at workplaces, in schools, etc. One of the biggest problems associated with such relationships is the identification and the acknowledgement of the toxicity itself. How do we know if this relationship is toxic? How can we tell if this person is doing more harm to our lives than any actual good? Because a lot of the times, such relationships are disguised so that superficially everything seems fine, so much so that you often don't have a clue of what is really going on. Then there are times where you just know that something doesn't feel right, but you can't quite put your finger on it. The most significant step is recognizing your abusers, the people who are doing you wrong, because, like I said, they are often hidden. We are talking about relationships, and relationships are always reciprocal. There's more than one person involved, and so naturally, our responses are linked to our behavior with each other. Our feelings are linked. A lot of the times, our perception of the things around us and of our own selves is influenced by the person that we are linked to. So, the marker for toxicity in a relationship is how it makes you feel. Do you feel supported? Whether it's supporting you to achieve your dreams or supporting you in times of emotional distress or during an argument with a third person, are they standing up for you? Do they have your back? Obviously, calling you out if you're doing something wrong is different. That is definitely a sign of a healthy relationship if you're being called out respectfully. But what I'm talking about here is other aspects of your lives where you rightfully need support. Do you feel respected? Is there respect for you in the relationship? Or are you made to feel small or insignificant or inferior in any way? Are your opinions respected? Is your work respected? Do you feel heard? Or does it feel like it's only them in the relationship and none of you? Are you able to grow career wise or in terms of ideas or your vision or as a person? Is your growth hindered? Do you feel like you're being pulled back? Are you constantly made to feel guilty? Is everything in the relationship your fault? Does this person ever take responsibility and accountability for their actions, or is this blame usually tossed on you? Do you feel like you are constantly putting their needs before yours? Is this relationship made of you just giving and receiving nothing? Is there Is there dishonesty in the relationship? Are you emptying yourself? Are there repeated patterns of promises for change and then returning to their old ways? Is there lack of clarity? Are things being disguised as for your own good, but they really are not and are causing you damage? Now, the list is actually endless, and it really depends on person to person and the kind of relationship that you are in, whether it's with someone in a family or at a workplace or a friendship or any other kind of relationship. A toxic relationship can lower your confidence. It can make you question your self worth, your sense of identity. It can hinder your growth. It can make you unhappy. Let's talk about examples of toxicity real quick, which can easily be found in movies and TV shows. A lot of these are often romanticized, and we didn't realize what we were appreciating until we actually sat down to think. Let's talk about the simplest example. Take the movie Grease, for instance. Almost everybody knows about it. It is famous. The main characters gained so much attention and were so loved. But what was the real issue with Sandy and Danny? One of the most obvious things was that Sandy had to change her entire identity, her entire form of self expression just to be accepted by him. Because previously he refused to even be seen with her publicly. He was a different person when she first met him, and then he changed when they met again in high school, where he was under pressure by everybody else. Turning into a different person, someone you never were and never want to be, is unfair to you. This often happens in all kinds of relationships. You try to fit into molds made by other people just to please them, and in the process, damage your mental well being because of this constant pretense. You eventually lose sight of who you really are, what you really like, what makes you you. You work so hard to be accepted, to be liked by others. Why don't you begin by first liking yourself? Why don't you accept and love yourself? Because once you do that, only the right people will enter your life, ones that love you for you. It's about taking the time to reflect on your feelings. Why are you unhappy? Why do you feel this unease? Calling it out like it is essential to be able to break free. Now, of course, it isn't always easy to let go of a toxic person. There are times you very well know that this is harmful for you, but you just can't stop. Either there is fear of some kind acting against your will to let go, or you are trapped in an odd feeling of comfort brought about by these patterns because they've become a habit for you, or you're trying desperately to grab at any tiny piece of good, or you lack courage, or anything else, whatever the reason may be, there is no doubt that breaking free from a toxic situation can be difficult. And yet, it must be done. And you definitely can do it. There's a lot of work that we'll need to do on ourselves once we walk away from a toxic situation. There's a lot of healing that might be required, solving the knots in your head that have formed over time, clearing confusion, gaining clarity. But this work will heal you. It will make you form a stronger relationship with yourself. It is one of the most rewarding things that you can do for yourself. You have to let go of a situation that is hindering your path to reaching your full potential. Your ideas, your thoughts, your decisions all deserve to be seen and acknowledged. You deserve to be appreciated. You deserve to live freely and not bound by shackles cuffed on by another individual. Once you do overcome this obstacle, this big change of walking away from toxicity, you will find yourself feeling lighter because you've lifted off this crushing heavy weight and tossed it away. You will find yourself blooming. You'll be happy. You'll see what you're capable of. You'll gain confidence. When you truly fall in love with yourself, you will attract all the right people, people that are drawn to this genuine and confident you. They will see you for who you really are, flaws and everything, all the good and the bad. And the ones who'll choose you then will have chosen you for life. They'll help you grow and become a better version of yourself, and you'll do the same for them. Being true to yourself will lead you to friendships and relationships that are true. You're deserving of all good things. So why not see that? Let's have more open conversations about this. Let's open up to one another, to the people around us, and talk about our experiences. Thank you for joining me today in having this important conversation. And I hope that all of you have a good day or night, depending on wherever you are. And I hope that you are happy, healthy, and flourishing. See you in the next episode. Bye. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode. You can visit our website, www.stukdesigns.org, to shop our merch, make donations, join our blogging team, or be a part of our affiliate program. See you in our next episode. Love and light from us to you.